back to your point with the Book of Enoch. I've read the Apocrypha, yes, but that's more of a New Testament thing.
And the Book of Joshua.
Book of Joshua is pseudo figure for us, so that would go along with the Dead Sea Scrolls. You find that in the Dead Sea Scrolls. You don't find the Apocrypha in the Dead Sea Scrolls, so that's why I don't really. I read it to be prepared to understand, and also to see if it is authentic or not, if it does fit in to what I think I'm understanding.
Guys, so don't you guys think that the Dead Sea Scrolls? I'm coming as a slight outsider, right? So don't you think the Dead Sea Scrolls is a bit scary to really trust in, because they found them shits the other day, like 1940 something. Just we found them in some caves. Yeah. That shit's scary, right?
Yep. But then you also have the Ethiopic version of the Book of Enoch. So how do you explain that?
But that version,
no, that's a point.
That version is way different though to the one to the.
I have all of them, King. I'm telling. I know. But what I'm saying is, how do you explain it? The book is mentioned, and then you have the Book of Joshua that's mentioned. I believe it's in the Book of Daniel. Joshua's mentioned. So how do you explain this stuff? And then in the Book of Jubilees and Joshua, they'll tell you there's 90-something books in our history.
But there's
and if you count the Torah Tanakh, there's only like, I believe, 60.
Sorry, brothers. I'm just saying. Quick side note, Aurora, you would do anything for Ruddy to be like this bright red fireball that you're trying to imagine. Yeah. When I Google it,
right?
I know it's hurting. Yeah.
Type in ruddy animals. It's gonna hurt even more, because then you have a living being, and their flesh is shining and it's nice and golden brown, like how we be looking. Man, we be looking good as a people.
But this is what I'm saying. Don't we apply more to that classification than black, if we're to be real?
Well, what is black? Black is a social status. It's not a real thing. If you look at the crayon color, you're not black. The jumpsuit I'm wearing right now is black. My Timbs are black right now. Okay, I'm not black. That don't make sense. I'm brown, and Europeans are not white. They're like pale or opaque. They're or like bisque soup, like lobster soup. If you look up bisque lobster soup, that's what they look like. That's their skin tone. Okay, they're not white. It's a social status. It's a way. It's social stratification. It's the world order that was set up so that they can get this new world order set up. It's the Aryan caste system. Okay, so that's why the Eurasians, they all work together. They make up the conglomerate of the social status called white. White is the upper class status. Black is the lower class status. So this is where the more information comes in key, because they do have some truth too. This is the understanding of you running around calling yourselves black, and then them beating you over the head like they do in my country, and you're running around calling yourself black, so you're asking to get beat in the head. That's not a nation. You walk around, go everywhere in the earth. They know themselves as Chinese, as Pakistani, as Indian, as whatever. Okay, and anybody come to any of us, oh, yeah, black. What?
What does the word? What does the word Kush mean?
In what language? It's black, but Kush is an Ethiopian son. What that got to do with us?
So
what they got to do with Israel?
So when they were calling them black, they meant that they were like hyper black, right? Like blick.
Well, in Psalms, what does he say? I am black and comely.
No, that's in Songs of Solomon. Yeah, but I know what you're saying. That's the Hebrew word there. The Hebrew word there is shakar. It's not kush. Shakar is like black. But Kush is also can be used in the term as black sometimes.
But you understand, because you get into semantics, but you understand the general point I'm trying to make, right? Yeah. It's like a euphemism. It's not a literalism. It's a euphemism.
Okay, interesting.
It's no different than when people try to say, I think it's Psalm 1 and 10 is Christ. No, it's not. That's David speaking in third person. It's an illism.
Yeah, but David also says, God of my God, Lord of my Lord, my hands and my nails are pierced before me. No, my hands.
Yeah, that's where the Jesus Christ. That's where the Jesus Christ thing was stolen from.
Hold on. In the book of Psalms,
David is the son of Jesse in Bethlehem, as 2 Samuel says. That's all the hijack that was stolen from the Torah Tanakh to make up that false god, which is Serapis or Baal or Lucifer, the morning star, as even your God admits in that New Testament. He called himself the morning star. The only one morning star I know, and that's Lucifer.
But Lucifer doesn't call himself the morning star. Lucifer is called son of the morning. S-O-N. So that's another misunderstanding.
So what's the son of the morning?
And the word Hallel, which is the term Lucifer in Hebrew, means the shining one. And that simply means someone that outshines others, is special. Hence why Lucifer was a cherub. He was one of the highest angels in heaven before he fell. So it's very easy to misunderstand things when you don't look at the Hebrew.
We disagree because Lucifer is not an angel. Lucifer is a man. If you read Isaiah 14, I believe correctly. It's not an angel, it's a man. Lucifer
says it's a cherub. It clearly says in the Bible he's a cherub. Clearly
Lucifer? Says. What verse is that?
It's in Isaiah. Let me get the
verse. Look at it.
Isaiah. Clearly calls him a cherub. This is in Isaiah. Oh, this is in Ezekiel. Yeah, Ezekiel 28, verse 14. It says, "You were anointed as a guardian cherub, for so I ordained you. You were on the holy mount of God, and you walked among the fiery stones." So it clearly says here from the prophet Ezekiel.
Hang on.
28, verse 14.
It says Ezekiel 28, verse 14. Let me get on with you.
It describes Lucifer as a cherub, a guardian cherub, anointed cherub in King James.
Okay, son of man, 14.
So, and we know what a cherub looks like. If you go to
where do you see Lucifer being mentioned?
But the person they're speaking of here is Lucifer.
Right, and I'm asking you, where is that mentioned?
Well, if you read the whole passage, the verse before that says, "You were in the garden of God. Every precious stone ordained you." And it talks about all the stones.
Right, but where is it? Where's right? It's describing the fallen cherub, right? But but your conclusion is that the fallen cherub is Lucifer. I disagree. My conclusion is that Lucifer is a man, which is Nimrod, which is what the Babylonian or mystery religion is based off of Semiramis, Nimrod, and Tammuz. You're claiming that
Nimrod is evil, but he's not Lucifer though.
Yes, he is.
Because Lucifer's
and I'm asking you to. All right, well, show me in this verse that you took us to where it mentions Lucifer, because it doesn't.
Okay, so let me ask you then: who were they talking about in this passage? Because I'm trying.
Well, hold on. I asked you a question first. Is there Lucifer anywhere in that chapter?
But there's a whole context behind this. If you read the verse before, it says, "You were in the garden of God. Every precious stone ordained you." And it talks about the stones. And then when you read the next passage after,
it's talking about the cherub that fell. It's not talking about Lucifer.
So who was the cherub that fell?
Lucifer is not a cherub.
Yeah, who was that cherub then? Who's the angel that fell?
I think it's this being that is worshipped by Nimrod. So this being the one who's ascribed all the sin, which is Azazel. So maybe that could be it. I'm not sure. That's just my theory. I don't know.
To teach men, we got Azrael, Azazel. We know about those fallen.
Yeah, but who is ascribed?
Lucifer.
Who is ascribed? No, who is ascribed the blame for everything? Humanity's plagues. There's one angel in particular. I'm aware that there's different angels that did different things. So remember, the main thing was that Samyaza. Samyaza was the one that gathered the 200 of the angels and said, "Yo, let's make a pact. We want to go down and fornicate with the daughters of men. We want to go live the fleshly life. We tired of following orders up here. We want to go smash something." You understand? That's what went down. So their main goal was to go down and fornicate. It was Azazel, the main guy who did the teaching of cosmetics and beautification and manipulation, and also taught the things of war and what do you call it? Blacksmiths and all that stuff.
That's only in the book of
Correct.
Enoch. But yeah.
Correct. But correct. But your Christ thing is only in the New Testament. You can't prove that in the Old Testament.
It's not.
All you can do is reach.
It's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Every book of
Go
the
ahead.
Bible,
we can do this today.
Genesis
We can do it right now.
From Genesis to Habakkuk.
No.
You can find a messianic prophecy that completely leads to Yeshua.
No.
From the first book of the Bible.
No,
Old Testament, all the way to Habakkuk.
What does Deuteronomy 24:16 say? Because you think our God believes in human sacrifice, and that's the problem right there.
So in Genesis 5,
what does Deuteronomy? Hold on. What does Deuteronomy 24:16 say? Because it'll answer your hold on, because it'll answer your question that you're about to answer right now about the blood of man being responsible by taking the blood of the man who took blood or whatever that.
Share your screen. Share your screen if you can, bro. Please, for the audience's sake, please, and for my sake, still. To be fair, but yeah,
I got a lot of tabs open on my computer. Give me a second.
Yeah, take all that porn shit off your computer, bro.
There's no porn, man. It's just space stuff. I'm taking notes about the space link stuff earlier.
Big booty midgets might have to wait for a while, man. Come on, man. Right.
Yeah, you're a funny dude, man.
I love this. We opening up the book. I love this. Let's go.
That's what it's about. Let the book talk.
Yeah. Let's go.
Fathers should not be put to death for their children, nor shall children be put to death for their fathers. The person shall be put to death for his own sin.
His own sin. So that means that Abraham couldn't have been asked to sacrifice his child by the Most High if he's going to turn around and say this.
Right. Well, that's twofold.
No,
so there's two ways to explore. There's two ways
after Abraham
to explore. Right. There's two ways to explore the Abraham thing. We can get into that, but let me piece this together for the brother. So how do you deal with that? If that's pretty much telling you that everybody's responsible for their own deeds, and I have other precepts that back up that one. So it's not just one cherry pick and then I'm going to run with it. We can go to a whole chapter like Ezekiel 18, and the Most High outlines to you what exactly is required from him. He doesn't require anything but your obedience. This is not a God that eats flesh. If he's created all things, why would the killing of an innocent animal or an innocent human being ever satiate any of his needs and requirements if he's an almighty God? It does not make any logical sense. Okay.
Are you denying that? Hold on. So just clarification. Are you denying the animal sacrifices?
Yes, that's all. That's a result of the lying pen of the scribes.
Oh, okay. Now there's no point now, because now you're done. Because I can show. Yeah. Oh man.
No, okay, I'm not. I can go. Only place you can go is throughout Leviticus for your basis. For your basis, I can go all throughout the prophets of the book, including David, where they don't do animal sacrifice, and I can go to Jeremiah where he tells you he didn't tell us to do any of that during the wilderness. No, you're done. You believe in human sacrifice.
All right. No. You don't believe in. Hold
on. You believe in being a spiritual tip drill. So if any of y'all ever seen the Nelly video tip drill when he swipes the credit card down the crack of his shorty's booty, like you guys treat Jesus Christ like that. You guys think that you guys can be scumbags and live your life, and at the end of the day, because you believe in somebody who died for you, that you gonna go to the place that you think you deserve to go. Hell nah. That's not how it works in the Torah Tanakh. This book and this God is about responsibility. The whole reason why we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden or out of eternity was because we failed to take responsibility or accountability. Everybody passed the buck in Genesis, I think it's 3 or 4. Adam passed the buck and the blame to Eve. Eve passed the buck and the blame to the serpent. The serpent ain't give a fuck. You understand? Right, and that's why we got demoted. So the whole thing is about personal accountability and responsibility.
Okay, so
not swiping Jesus Christ down your butt crack.
Okay, so just to clarify for the audience, you deal with the Old Testament only, the Torah and the Tanakh. That's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, the whole thing, yeah. So in Leviticus,
as far as the canonized works, absolutely.
Perfect. So in Leviticus 1 verse 1, I'm gonna go through each example of burnt sacrifices.
You don't have to, because I already know that Ezekiel or Leviticus chapters 1 through I think it's not. All right, go ahead.
All right, so the first one.
Man, I wish I had my laptop. Go ahead.
The first one is Leviticus 1 verse 1, and it says, "Then the Lord called to Moses and spoke to him from the meeting tent." And then verse 2 says, "Speak to the Israelites and tell them, when someone among you presents an offering to the Lord, you must present your offering from the domesticated animals, either from the herd or from the flock." So quick question.
That's a result of the lying pens of the scribe in Jeremiah 8:8, for which is fashioned through Jeremiah 7:21 through 24, which is some of the stuff I was going to take you to explore why it says there's a lying pen of the scribes. They switched the roles of Cain and Abel. Cain is not the one that brought the oblations. It was Abel that brought oblations. Cain is the one who brought the blood sacrifice or the killing of an animal, which is not what Yahweh required.
Prove it.
Go to Jeremiah 7:21.
No, I know about hold on. I know about the passage of the
hold on. They don't know that. So I'm teaching you and them at the same time. So go to Jeremiah 7:21 to 24, please.
Please let me speak, bro, because this is important, because I'm catching you out right
now.
Can
you go to Jeremiah 7:21 to 24?
I'm gonna go to Jeremiah. And let me tell you why I'm excited to go to Jeremiah. This is the same argument that Muslims have used against Jews and Christians to say, "Oh, see,
I don't care. I'm not a Muslim, and I'm not Jew, and I'm not a Christian."
I'm not just speaking to you. People are listening, so I'm making a point. Okay?
All right, cool.
So they use this argument to say, "Oh, look, it says here that the scribes they changed with the." Let me get to the passage. That's probably better. Let me just go straight to the passage. Yeah.
The lion pen. The lion pen.
The lion pen. Yeah.
I never heard that before.
I have heard that one many times.
Well, you haven't heard it from me, so whatever straw man argument you're gonna bring up about Muslims and whatever they're doing doesn't have nothing to do with me.
Okay, Lloyd,
you ain't met a Muslim like me before.
Jeremiah what?
Jeremiah 7:21 through 24.
Cool. 7:24. 24.
See, you should have just went there like 5 minutes ago, like I told you. I done had this discussion a million times. Yes, it does.
I just typed in Jeremiah.
Yes, it does. And I said Jeremiah 7:21 through 24. You gotta listen, my man. Don't be an eager beaver.
So 21.
Hey, cut it out, Vin. Cut it out. This is my little bro.
No, there's no pressure. This is light work. You should
it's light work for me because you're a Christian. You still haven't come out of the New Testament yet. You still on baby's milk. Like I done had a million conversations with you. I know you're gonna stay on baby's milk.
I'll never go to the New Testament. Anyway,
I know that's why you don't know the soul is electromagnetic.
That says the Lord.
You're still on baby's milk.
The God of Israel. Add your burnt offerings to your sacrifices and eat meat. For I do not speak to your fathers or command them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt. Concerning the burnt. Hello? I'm reading.
What does did not mean?
For I did not speak to your fathers or command them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices.
Ooh.
But this is why but hold on, listen. But this is why I commanded
Keep reading.
Saying, obey my voice, and I will be your God, and you shall be my people, and walk in all the ways that I've commanded you, that it may be well with you. Yet they did not obey.
Right.
But follow.
Wait. Is that verse 24? Or are you reading the 25?
This is 24. That one. I'm on 24 right now.
24.
Okay, my fault.
Yet they did not obey or incline their ear, but followed the counsels and the dictates of their evil hearts, and went backward and not forward. Ooh. Since the day that your fathers came out of the land of
Egypt. Go to 25 weekend. Stop, man.
Hold hold on, because you're missing the point of what I'm. Because you can read the whole chapter and then get to Jeremiah 8:8, and we can do that too with the lion, pen, and the scribe comes in. But I'm just trying to point out to you that Jeremiah 7:21 through 24